was working out with ex-Steelers running backs. Adam Gase wanted to trade Marcus Maye right whenever he got hired. New York Jets went out to quarantine before training camp, and Le'Veon Bell says Jamal Adams doesn't want to leave the team, just wants to get the money he deserves. Let's get started.
What's that?
So your boy was editing at 1:21 in the morning. I realized he forgot a very important news. So the New York Jets signed Perine, our rookie running back, to his rookie contract. So that's some pretty, good news. I feel like now we almost have every single rookie signed to our contract. So yeah, that's basically all I just wanted to say. Perine signs his rookie contract. Now, I don't know if Brandon Mann is signed his yet, or Ashton Davis. Haven't really seen any kind of news about that. But I feel like Brandon Mann's going to be signing it in a couple days if he hasn't already, because I don't know if you guys saw that video. It was him, Thomas Hennessy, and Brett Maher. So I feel like Brett Maher might win the kicking job, not Sam Ficken. But anyway, they were working out together because Brandon Mann's going to be holding the long snaps from the kick. So yeah, pretty cool. And if you don't know, Thomas Hennessy was our long snapper. Yeah, editing. So yeah, back to your regular scheduled programming.
Like 4 or 5 days ago, Le'Veon Bell posted a video of him, working out with Steelers running backs, or someone posted a video of him, working out with them. Running backs were James Conner and like a third, fourth string. This probably means nothing, but I mean, it's probably just friendship, because probably DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry probably work out all the time in the summer. Just that doesn't mean DeMar DeRozan's coming back to the Raptors. It's probably just a friendship workout, just having a good time and just working out. I feel like in the middle of the season, like week 8 or something, week 10 or something, James Conner was said something like Le'Veon Bell was a big mentorship for me. I'm not sure. I think he said that. But yeah, who knows? But yeah, let's get on to the next piece of news. 3 days ago, the day Patrick Mahomes got his huge extension, NFL trade rumors posted this article saying how Adam Gase wanted to trade Marcus Maye right whenever he first started. And that might explain why, they drafted Ashton Davis. Me personally, I thought it was going to be either for Jamal Adams or Marcus Maye's replacement. Because, it was kind of on the edge, are we going to resign Maye? And we had all the Jamal Adams drama, like, is he going to be traded? Is he going to sit out? All this kind of news. But also, the story was reported by Mancha Metas, so we don't know if it's 100% reliable. I'm kind of 50-50 believing in him right now. This one seems pretty real. No one's made a statement about it, so, I mean, I'm guessing I'm going to have to believe him on this one, and it's 100% legitimate, but, yeah. So, I mean, I didn't really think he would want to trade Marcus. A little update on the Deshaun Jackson situation. He's not getting released, but he's just getting punished. So, yeah. I know I made a video on if the Jets should sign him or not, but, yeah, he's not getting released, and the Jets have no chance of signing him now unless we trade for him. So, yeah. 12/18 today, June 10th. NFL Network, or the NFL app, released an article kind of saying how the New York Jets went out to quarantine pre-camp. The New Jersey governor announced that neither Jets nor Giants players will need to quarantine for 14 days before training camp begins later that month. So, yeah, that's pretty exciting. We don't need the Jets players don't need to quarantine. We can just go right back to work. They can kind of work out with players before it all starts. The NBA players are quarantined. I mean, they can still practice. Pelicans players were practicing today. But after practice and everything, they have to go back to the rooms. It's in a bubble. I think they can also ride rides at Disney World. But yeah, they're basically quarantined before they have to start playing the games. But yeah. So that's pretty exciting. And also, this just gets out of my confusion. I just have to say this here. I was confused why they weren't talking about the Buffalo Bills, because in all these things, like how the Jets and Giants won't have to do, I'm like, Well, Buffalo's also in New York, but I forget that the Jets and Giants play in New Jersey, not New York. So yeah, just kind of went out on there. But yeah, let's get on to the next piece of news. So this is some pretty juicy stuff. Le'Veon Bell backs Jamal Adams' contract demands. Says Jets shouldn't trade Adams. So if you don't know, Le'Veon Bell was on like this radio show, like Hot Takes or something. I don't really know what it is, but Rich Cimini, ESPN staff writer, he writes a lot of stories for the Jets. Wrote this article. It was kind of so in the article he says New York Jets running back Le'Veon Bell had a great talk with disgruntled teammate Jamal Adams on Thursday, and he came away with the impression that the All-Pro safety wants to remain in New York if he gets a new contract. So basically, Jamal wants to get traded, but also wants to remain in New York. And it's very confusing because didn't he just want to leave New York and, didn't he give out a list of teams that he would want to get traded to and not demand a contract? It's just a bunch of crazy stuff happening. I think it's really crazy. He also did like a place that a tweet. It's going to be above me right here on the screen, which I thought was pretty confusing, and it really goes along well with this. I saw the tweet before this, but if I saw this before the tweet, it all would make sense. Excuse me, sorry. But Le'Veon Bell says, I think he wants to be with the Jets. I just think he wants to get paid, which is, what we all thought from the get-go. Bell said Friday with an interview with Peter Rosenberg on Hot 97 radio in New York. That's what it is. I think he's in the same situation I was 3 years ago. He was a young player. He's been at the top of the game, playing at a high level, and feels like, dang, I just want to get compensated. And, this actually goes in really well because Le'Veon Bell, if you don't know, was sitting out and making a big fuss about everything. And, yeah, I feel like this is kind of what Jamal's doing. But now with the new NFLPA, it basically makes it, players don't gain a whole lot at all on sitting out a full entire season. They basically they shouldn't even do it because there's, no point. I don't really read it well, but, it's basically stupid to sit out now. Bell said he doesn't oppose Adams' hard-line stance, adding, no hell on you. You deserve every dollar you're asking for. Everything he asked for, he deserves it. So Le'Veon Bell thinks the safety should get paid. I believe he should get paid too. I guess I should start wearing my Jamal Adams jersey now that I guess he wants to remain in New York. I feel bad now, kind of throwing so much shade at him. Adams is upset by the lack of progress in contract talks, formerly requested a trade last month. All that kind of stuff. But, yeah. But the other confusing thing is he's been saying he's trying to go to Dallas, and, he's been tweeting, talking to a lot of Dallas Cowboys players, and it just doesn't make sense. He wants to remain in New York, but he also wants to go to Dallas. Just things don't make sense, really, anymore. But basically, headline is, Bell doesn't see Adams going anywhere. And, it does make sense because he's not going anywhere. The New York Jets don't want to trade him at all. Any kind of news you see about, Seahawks are top contender, 49ers are top contender, that's all kind of garbage. New York Jets have no intention of trading him. Unless we get a very good package. Imagine we get Bobby Wagner, Tyler Lockett, 2 first-round picks. Okay, yeah, we're going to trade him. Or we get, J.J. Watt and, 3 first-round picks. Yeah, we're going to trade him. It's just, if we get something great, we're probably going to trade him. But if we get mediocre stuff, 2 firsts and a horrible player, not a horrible and okay mediocre. That might be worth accepting. But, he's Jamal Adams. And those 2 first-round picks, you don't know what they're going to be. I saw a trade about the Seahawks, how the Seahawks should give the Jets 2 first-round picks and Trey Flowers. Trey Flowers is a cornerback, and he's mediocre. He had the 59 Pro Football Focus grade. He's average at best. He's not that great. And those 2 first-round draft picks are most likely going to be late in the draft. Not saying that good players don't come out late in the draft. Aaron Rodgers was late in the draft. Drew Brees was late in the draft too, I think. just a lot of good players can come out of the late in the draft. But, sometimes they're not. So you can also keep that in mind. But yeah, let's get on to some kind of Jets news, but it's also NFL news. So yeah, let's get on to that. With the NFL right now, 18 days out, meaning before training camp starts. So almost everything is done and agreed to except for the number of preseason games and testing protocols. No fans will be at training camp, but teams can have up to 2 fan events at stadiums preseason with strict protocols if allowed. So yeah, they can have tailgates or something. Fan events, probably like meet and greets or something, but 6 feet apart. I'm not sure. But yeah, so they basically just don't know what's gonna happen. Testing protocols, like how are they gonna test people before going into games? How are they gonna test players before games? All that kind of stuff. And preseason games. Now, last weekly roundup, I kind of talked about how there was going to be 2 preseason games. Apparently, it's not confirmed yet. So I read a bunch of clickbait. But Ian Rappaport also put out another tweet. So fans are allowed at games. They will have to wear face masks. Actual training camp schedule or practices can be tied to the preseason game questions, so not there yet. And the economics are not yet finalized either. So it's confirmed. We're definitely having an NFL season. Hallelujah. A lot of people were, confused. A lot of people were saying there wasn't going to be one. Dr. Fasasi is Italian, I think, said there was not going to be any NFL season. But guess what? There is. Now, one thing I thought about one day, but it doesn't make sense, that maybe the NFC, maybe the AFC can ban all NFC games and the NFC can ban all AFC games, but that's just not going to work because there can't be any Super Bowl if there's that rule, and also it just doesn't make sense because, hear this, Jets and Giants play in the same stadium. Practice fields are probably 30 minutes apart to even 10, I'm not sure, and let's see, I'm not sure, give an example. This isn't real, but let's say the Cardinals played the Giants this year, and they can't play the Jets, but they're coming from the same area. It just doesn't make sense that they couldn't do that. Because, a bunch of college teams, a bunch of college divisions, Pac-12 and the Big Ten, but had both eliminated non-conference games. Like Iowa was playing Iowa State, Northern Iowa, and Northern Illinois this season. Canceled. LSU's playing like Nichols, Rice this season, and some more teams. The SEC isn't going to cancel, but Pac-12, let's say Oregon was to play LSU, that game would be canceled.
I forgot to film an outro. So thank you guys for watching. If you are returning, welcome back. I love having you here. If this is your first time watching the New York Jets news channel, hope you enjoyed your experience and you might even consider subscribing. It was a pretty crazy week considering New York Jets news. And hope we have another crazy week because I love making these videos. So thanks for watching, and as always, go Jets. Peace!